My name's Sean. You landed here, you're watching Scar My Guitar. Alright, so what's going on? I've been asked by so many of you guys if the acoustic guitar can be made by hand. I decided to show you how to do it. And it's going to be a lot faster than doing it with the machine too, but it's going to be a whole lot messier. So in this video, you're going to see me get murdered by sawdust. But you realistically can do this job with a decent router. Not no little trim router, you need a decent one. Full size. And you need to build a sled on it. You see how big the sled is? That's what you need. And a trusty old jigsaw. Now you don't have to have it, but I highly recommend you get some kind of template of your own. Or buy one from somewhere, or whatever. But it's probably going to be best to start from a template. Now there's a lot of routing involved in making this acoustic guitar. In this video I'm not going to make you suffer through all that. I'm also going to show you how I put the neck in the back of a bass guitar. We're going to do a little clear coat work. We're going to do all kinds of stuff, so just stick around. Oh yeah, and if you want to make the acoustic by hand like me in this video, just know you're in for a lot of hand sanding. Here's what we're going to be cutting is this mahogany slab right here. See, I just drew on what I want. I used my template to put the body on. All that area you see that's scratched out, that's where I'm going to be routing. Now I'm going to leave these braces nice and high until the end, and then I'm going to cut them down to where I want them. That'll make it easier just to go ahead and do a little bit of an area at a time. For this job, we're going to be using this 1/2-inch bit with the bearing and the 1/4-inch shaft. It's 1 inch long. You might even need 2 of these guys. Well, we talked about it long enough. Let's make it happen. Now it's going to take a long time to route this out by hand. I know you don't want to watch me do this all day. So let's move on to some other stuff while I'm doing that. Now if you remember in the last video, I talked about putting the neck through the back of the body of the bass. Kind of make the neck pocket in the back. Well, I've made this little template right here for the pocket. I'm going to go ahead and route that out. And then we'll talk a little further about it. I wanted to show you that I went ahead and cut it down some with the bandsaw to make it a lot easier. Now all I got to do is just clean that out real quick, and it won't take but a second. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that's pretty tight, huh? Yeah. But see, it's going to come in through the back. You'll see. Just watch. Good God giggity. Ooh, yeah, we're going to put this old fast drying Minwax polyurethane on here. I'll gloss him on up with a little brush. Ooh, yeah. It's going to be that glass right there. Oh, got a hair. It's a good thing about the brush. Just do that. Look at that. Gotta get the sides. Careful not to put too much so it don't leak on the bottom. Man, look at that flame birch. That's going to be beautiful. We'll drill the truss rod access real quick for the bass neck. Let's slap this old fretboard on here. You know what I'm saying? If you're a noob to C-clamps, here's a little tip for you. See that? All you gotta do is twirl that guy like that. He'll tighten right up or loosen right up. But you gotta make sure you got glue coming everywhere. Clamp down good. That looks pretty fat to me. I love that ebony in there. But the crosses are so small, we're gonna fill those in with epoxy and some ebony dust. Man, let's take a break from sucking all that dust and look at this walnut. Now that's going to be the back to this other half of this guy. That's the body for the Yeshua guitar. Let's get this thing glued up and chunk it up on the CNC while we do some other stuff. Now I don't know if you was paying attention, But this goes on that guitar we were putting the clear coat on. But we still got to drill the tuner holes, shape this guy up for the nut, and shape the back up. The CNC did that, but I'm going to go ahead and knock it down with the drill. A lot of you guys asked me how to radius a neck by hand. Well, this is that Joshua fretboard with the ebony inlays. When that dries, we'll put the epoxy in. Okay, the old Nick B bass is looking pretty good, but I gotta let this dry. Now see, what I did was I routed that down. It's gonna fit right in the back of that neck pocket, but I had to add that piece to thicken up the heel for it to work. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's do something else while that dries. Now I'm gonna use this dust to make the inlays for the crosses. We have wood we could make the crosses out of, but the CNC just doesn't cut those little things that small without breaking them. This is going to be our best option right here. Now we got a lot of ebony dust in there because we want it to be very dark like the wood. I'm going to use this Gorilla epoxy. I'm not affiliated with these guys. This is just good stuff. Now I'm going to use very little of this, but I am going to make sure it's coming out equal first. And that'll be close enough. Now if you want to save some of this, you got to pull this plunger back, get some air in it like that. See it? That'll be fine. It's nice and black. Now we got to get it down in them inlays good. It's got to be filled up right. And I always like to just use the thing it came in. Just kind of go back and smash it in there good and scrape the top. Get all that excess off. Now this bridge right here I made with a whole batch of them when I made Justin Johnson's guitar. So this is going to be used for the Yeshua guitar too. It's going to have that walnut body and the zebra wood neck, so why not a zebra wood bridge? Totally awesome. Yeah, that's much cleaner right there. Now pay attention, there's a link in the description to my eBay. These are going to be on there. They'll have the holes drilled for your saddles, but you have to get your own saddles. And they'll have the holes drilled for the strings. You'll need to shape it down to your liking and glue it on your guitar. If you want to make this guitar, you're going to need this bridge. Y'all see how this is going to work? Do I need to explain it to you how that's going to work? Yeah, I'm probably going to need to explain this one to you, Anna. I'm going to flip it over for you here in a second. But let me trace out where I'm going to be routing my pocket at. Nice, where I can see it good. But you see, it's going to come through the back. That piece of wood comes all the way back to here, and it won't interfere with this at all. Shouldn't anyway. We'll see how that works out. But that's my idea. That's what I'm sticking to. So neck pocket routed. Now it's really tight, so I'm not going to mount it in there because I don't want to have to rip it back out because we got to put frets and everything on it. But it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect.